Hello, I'm Beth. Welcome to my mindful yoga channel. This practice is called Get Up and Go. It's going to be a yoga routine to start your day, a quick practice for the morning, or really any time of the day when you want to move your body a little, maybe up your energy levels a bit. We're going to start on the mat on a hands and knees position, tabletop. So spread your fingers, root your hands into the mat, let your knees come as wide as you'd like. Push down with the top of the feet or tuck your toes either way. And we'll start to find our cat pose shape by tucking the tail, tucking the chin, rounding up into cat. From this shape, we're going to start sending the hips back toward a child's pose, but we're focusing on the extension. You might want to walk your hands a little bit further, reaching with your hands, your fingertips as your hips reach back in the other direction, feeling that stretch along the sides of your body. And then on your next in-breath, start to walk your hands in as you come to upright knees, sweeping the arms overhead. Tall kneeling. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Option to lift your chest a little bit more toward the sky in a baby back bend, drawing your shoulder blades behind you. And then as you're ready, come back down to all fours. This time, we're going to walk the hands out, letting the shoulders come and stay over the hands, knees down as the hips sink toward the mat, knees down, up dog. Again, chest stretches toward the front. All right, and we'll come back and repeat that flow 2 more times. Walk the hands in, round into your child's pose. Send the hips toward the back. Maybe move your hands a little bit more in the opposite direction, stretching. And then let your hands walk in. Reach up tall overhead. Option to take that baby back bend. Maybe bring your hands down to goalpost or camel as you do this. Fold forward as your hands come down to the mat, starting in all fours, and then continuing to walk the hands out, keeping the shoulders over the wrist, letting the hips settle. You can have a bend in your arms if that feels more comfortable, drawing your chest forward. And then we'll take that flow one more time. Again, starting in tabletop with a rounded back. Feel the parts of your back that maybe need a little bit more stretch, a little bit more rounding. Send your hips back. Walk the hands forward. Long stretch from fingertips to tailbone, hips to toes. And as you walk your hands in, back up into knees, reach overhead, any variation you'd like. Hands come down to the mat. Last time forward for our knees down, up dog. Breathe here a few moments. And we'll return to tabletop, this time for downward facing dog. So for downward facing dog, again, walk your hands out a little bit in front of your shoulders. So this time the shoulders stay back as the hands go forward. Tuck your toes if they weren't already there. Let's start with a crouching down dog by reaching the hips back, slowly coming up, knees bent at first. Head starts to come between the arms. Arms are pushing, long arms. And then at whatever pace works for you, begin to straighten the legs. Moving towards straight, you might keep them bent the whole time, adjusting the width as needed. And then you could start to pedal out, walking your dog. You might try a slightly wider version here. Think about lifting your armpits away from the mat, folding from your hips. Another breath or two. And eventually let your knees sink back down. Walk your hands in. We'll do a little bit of a lunge series. So we're going to step forward with one foot. This is my right foot stepping forward. coming right into an upright lunge. So find a stable upright lunge. That might mean adjusting the width of your feet from front to back or side to side. A little bit wider gives you a wider base, might feel more stable. I'm going to start with the hands on the thighs, anywhere that's comfortable for you. And we'll do a little bit more of that forward folding and backward bending. Push into your hands, round your back, finding a cat pose shape, so a little cat pose stretch. And you might be surprised to feel that all the way down to your front hip flexor. And then come back up, release the arms like a cape behind you, draw the shoulder blades together, finding that bit of a back bend shape. And 2 more times like that. Hands come to the thigh, rounding forward. Of course, you can be reaching forward if you prefer. And then hands back, finding that cape, thumbs back, arms stretch back, as shoulder blades stretch together. Last one on this side. I like the hands to the thighs for a little more support. And then open. Oh, you can feel that space that you create in the front of your body, your collarbones, your chest. Come back to your upright lunge. And again, you might need to reset a little bit to be comfortable. We'll take the same arm as the knee that's down on the ground. So this is my left knee down, left arm up. I'm using my right hand on the top of the thigh for a bit of stability here. And then we'll move into a lateral stretch. We targeted this area a little bit in our opening sequence and in our down dog. Raise this arm up, and now we'll go into a twist to the bent knee side. As you twist from your belly button around your thoracic spine, you can let your hands come down and anchor you somewhere on the outside of your thighs. So in twist, we want to breathe in both sides of the body tall and use the exhale to determine the degree of twisting. You're welcome to change the position of your head, adding a different type of stretch on your neck, depending on what feels right for you. All right, last breath here. And then we'll change sides. So you might come down to hands and knees, or you can come back into your tall kneeling, reset on your second knee, let your kneecap be a little bit behind your hip for comfort. Find your hands on your thigh, and we'll take that back bend, forward fold, or sort of a cat-cow sequence kneeling. So we push into the front knee, find a rounding, and then start to come upright, open. I like to breathe in here, but your breath pattern might be different, and that's completely fine. Round forward once again on an exhale. Again, or on an inhale, whatever works for you. Opening, widening across the front, strengthening across the back. And last one, round. And then open. Make your way back up to upright. I kind of take a little adjustment with my foot in a little bit more, maybe a bit wider. Take the same arm as bent knee on the ground, up, reach up. So make sure you're getting long length in your side body. That's the part that we're trying to make even longer and stretch. As we lean toward the side, this hand can serve as a good prop, a good way to keep yourself stable. Check your breath. We want to keep breathing, not hold our breath in the poses. And so move with breath as you upright your body. Think about that spiral staircase effect around your whole torso as you twist toward your left or your bent knee side. And then find your hands as an anchor wherever you'd like to set your hands to hold you in the pose. And remember, you can adjust your head based on how your neck feels. Might see me being a little wobbly. I might need to move a foot or a leg to stay upright. If you're moving your head around, yep, that'll throw you off balance. All right, one more breath here. Turn back toward front. Bring your knee back to meet the other one. And then we'll end here with a child's pose variation. Sometimes this is called praying mantis pose, which give us a little bonus stretch in the shoulders. So start walking your hands out forward again. This time, we're going to come onto our forearms. Now, in this variation, you can either send your hips back like child's pose or keep your hips more up as in a heart opening pose. That part's up to you. We're going to walk the elbows forward a little bit, palms are together, and then start to let your upper body sink toward the mat. Your forehead may or may not touch. So you can stay in this kind of praying mantis version, or you can reach your hands toward the back of your neck. Whatever version you choose, we'll be here for a few breaths. And then as you feel ready to come out, take your weight back into your arms, walk your hands in. You can finish your practice here or go on to do maybe another workout, a longer practice. I hope this little routine gave you a little bit of get up and go for your day. Please let me know how you liked it. If you're liking my videos, it's so helpful if you subscribe, if you give me a thumbs up to let me know, and I especially love getting comments. So please comment down below and tell me what you thought. Have a great rest of your day.